VERB FRAU TV, and Month of Performance Art Berlin. The 2015 edition of Month of Performance Art Berlin was the fifth and final year of the Collective's festival format for mapping, connecting, and supporting the independent performance art scene in Berlin. The 2015 Month of Performance Art theme anthology drew international artists, curators, and publics to Berlin for a jam-packed month of gallery and site-specific performances, as well as lectures, presentations, and discussions.
Doctor.
VERB FRAU TV Episode 1 is Performance and, with VERB FRAU host Margaret Dragoo.
Everybody immediately understands or has this empathy of when something is happening with pain. So it's really a strange thing that's happening when performance art and pain comes together. Actually, I'm interested in that topic since 15 years, or something, a very long time, because sometimes I use pain like an image that's happening in my performances. So actually mostly I don't want it, but then it comes, like it comes from around the corner, and then the pain is there, and then I do it, okay, because I want this image. So that's why I'm interested in this, and people react so immediate on this pain.
But now that you're really injured with this bicycle accident,
it's strange because I'm not used to feel so vulnerable, so that makes me feel a little bit not so secure, and it makes a big difference. When I'm in the underground, I'm like, don't touch me, don't come too near, and so all these things. It's a big difference.
mm-hmm. because it was done to you rather than you doing it to yourself.
Makes it, yeah. When I do it myself, even if I have problems later, I can think, okay, it's because of myself, but this was really, I totally agree.
First of all, what's your name?
So, my name is Meinblau.
And your topic?
My topic is about performance and health.
Okay. So, how do they go together?
A lot of performance artists doing performance not very good for healthy. For example, when artists do performance 8 hours standing, not move, I think it's not health. And therefore I always think how I do performance also very healthy. I don't want after performance I'm sick. Normally, for example, I did one performance, 3 months, each day 6 to 8 hours speaking, but I didn't know this make my voice problem. But later I take 2 years to get older again, and this makes me very sad. Why I did this is stupid. Actually I like always very healthy, because healthy is the most important in life. Yeah, because my parents are doctors.
My topic is performance and failure. So I think there's no really failure in performances, because every time we get experience. So that's I think it's a difference from dance or theater. They want to make a beautiful, very perfect result, but in performance, when it's too perfect, then there's no result.
So do you have strategies to make sure that you fail?
I don't try to fail.
Oh, it's just easy to fail.
Yes, sometimes it just happens, and I like this when you plan something and it doesn't happen right. But right's not the right word. But I plan, for example, do some interaction with people. But when there's not enough audience, not enough this kind of atmosphere, and very difficult to get audience involved. And if there's nothing interactive happen, and I would call it very successful performance, because now I know something more about, like, oh, this kind of atmosphere, it just doesn't work.
Hello, my name is Dr. Joy Harder, and I would like to talk about performance art and success.
Success, great, okay.
People like what you do, and they want you to do it, so they pay for you to do it. I put up this subject because I really think that it's much easier to talk about performance art and failure than it is to talk about performance art and success. And what I just said is it's really also part of what I think. I can't completely get rid of this notion of doing something successfully, meaning that if you do it in this capitalist context, you do it successfully if you earn money doing it, if you get money for it.
But perhaps...
It's true. It doesn't matter what way I turn it, and it's true in a way, I guess.
Perhaps also it is different if you think of successful career or successful practice, and sometimes they're both, but maybe they are sometimes different.
Well, then I guess maybe for me a successful performance art process would be a process not necessarily where nothing happens or something fails, but that can be continued, because if the process would end, I would stop doing performance art. But if my performance art is really crap, then by finishing this process, that would be a very successful piece of performance art.
Interesting. Doctor.
Hélène Lefebvre. Yes, I would like to talk about performance and time. So there is, first of all, there is this thing about performance and being in the moment. Now, what do we really mean by this, being in the moment? Is, of course, we want to be present. I mean, present in the performance, in the action. And it's interesting because in real life, it's another reality, it seems. And it's not, when I'm talking about reality here, the reality of performance is a discovery. You discover something at another level, it seems. And it's not theatrical, and it's just this discovery. And that's what the time I aim to be in.
My name is Edward. My topic is performance art and functionality. Functionalism.
Not sure if you mean functional as in it's functional as in it is useful, or it's function as it has a method.
I would say maybe the previous might be a good way to start, although I think it's a little more controversial. But I think that it's very equatable to value, right? So like for me, what would be functional would be intellectualism and being able to think more advanced, having advanced in my thinking of a certain topic.
Performance art could serve as a method of helping you advance your intellectual pursuit, either making it or seeing it, or both.
Correct. I think that's one. Yeah, that's one. I think another one is just togetherness and closeness and camaraderie with people. I think that's another one.
Are there other clear functionalities of performance art besides the two that you mentioned?
To make money, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the implications of money can sort of be disassociated with some of the more grotesque things in a way. But obviously that may be just wistful or didactic to try to ignore those things. So I guess the question is, how to confront those sort of evil functions of performance art, the necessity to have them be in a space that costs money, for them to require things like plane tickets, or all sorts of various detritus or things people bring in and consume, like tape or all sorts of things.
Right. So what we're doing and how we're making it is all part of the function that is interesting you.
Right, and the function, and I think there's other functions in the world, like consumerism, that get carried into performance and sort of like fester, I guess is sort of a word you could use.
Laureen Babushian, performance art and fear. I feel very different, or get different information from performance art that maybe comes from dealing directly with fear and with vulnerability. Maybe that could also be, this could also be performance and vulnerability, maybe would be a better frame. Maybe I'm also talking about improvisation on some level. I kind of couldn't really decide the word, because I think it's maybe a mixture of thoughts about the work I've seen here at MPA and thinking about vulnerability, fear, and improvisation, and sort of maybe what I am conceiving as humanness. Maybe I'm just talking about the difference between work that feels like I made this plan and now I'm executing it and I'm done, versus work that's like, well, I kind of made a plan and I have a concept and it's cogent and it's smart, but it allows for sort of the context or the situation to be felt, and my own vulnerability as a performer to be felt. Like I've sensed kind of two different types of performance going on in that way. And I don't really necessarily, I mean, I know what I feel more interested in, but I don't want to make a value judgment so much. I think it's interesting to see both work that's very much, see both of those types of work that I'm starting to.
There is something that you are feeling about fear. Could you express it?
I think it's very powerful. My own experiences with fear as a performer and confronting it, and when I sense that it is being dealt with, it's very powerful and very it gives weight to what I feel like I'm witnessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Dr. Randy Gledhill, and my topic is performance art and aging. Do you have any questions?
Is it possible to continue doing performance art when you are old?
There's no choice. It changes. When I was young, I took a lot of risks, and I did a lot of kind of radical physical things. And now that I'm old, I don't do that anymore. But I have a kind of vocabulary that I can play with. Things are more loose and improvised. I don't need to have rules anymore because I can just make them up.
So you feel more free?
I feel more free. At the same time, there's physical limitations. Sometimes even getting to a festival is a limitation. But yeah, it's still fun.
Old, but fun.
Old but fun.